Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to December 1st, December 1st, 2025. And it has been a beautiful, magical, messy, magnetic, magnificent, healing year, shedding year, the year of the snake. So it is tea time. It's become a habit of this cold weather. And it says you are unlimited, as simple as that. You are ultimately unlimited, boundless, abundant. You are an unlimited being of potential, of magic, and of miracles. 33 seconds on the clock, 33 seconds on the timer. So I'm going to talk about a few things that came through. Another channeled message again, and I integrate and channel that into my journal, or transfer that into my journal, and I guided to share that. And it's about integration from December 1st until December 8th. And according to that, and with that, in the shower, I was guided to also share a daily light language for 8 days from December 1st to December 8th. You know, I kept thinking, oh, should I do some light language or whatever? And again, this is all just divinely guided by my higher self, by your higher consciousness that I'm co-creating with Source, Creator, Mother, and Father. So happy Monday. If you go by Mondays, I don't usually go by weekdays much anymore. It's like this day, that day, and the other day. So hopefully you're taking that rest, taking those sacred pauses throughout your entire day, honoring yourself, not getting caught up in the hustle and the bustle and the rush and I have to do's and get her done and hustle mentality and the overconsumption and everything that we know that you get sucked into during this particular time of year. It can be beautiful and transformative, or it can be completely exhausting, devastating, crushing, all of the stuff. So we want it to be beautiful and expanding and integrating in all those familiar ways that bring you joy. Okay, that bring you joy. Bring your joy spark in. So I'm gonna take another sip of my tea. All right, we've got that beautiful full moon in Gemini coming up in a couple days. We're in the portal, getting all of the codes and activations and the downloads from there. So it's been this ever ongoing process of downloads, upgrades, integrations, all of this messy, magical stuff that our beautiful human physical bodies are going through, our mental bodies, our spiritual bodies, our emotional bodies, our etheric bodies, our multidimensional bodies. All of these things that have been taking place this year. So what I was guided to share again from some journaling, again, this is day 21, 2-1. So 21 is part of your key codes, might be significant. I believe 21 in the tarot deck, I can't think of it right now, but if you want to, sometimes I didn't know when I was seeing 17, which is associated with the star card, and I can't remember what the card number 21 is. But that, again, if you associate that with tarot or just seeing the number 21. All right. So given those key codes, I'll just rattle the rest of the key codes that came through the numbers. So 21, 21, 44, 121, 17, 1822, 333, 322, 808, 1733. So just 1733 or 17s and 33s. And 4448, and I just heard 4444 and 555. All right, and you can see the definition meanings. There's a vast varieties, but again, these are key codes. All right, they're just, and you'll see them on repeat depending on where you're at in your stage in your journey, and depending on how you coded yourself on this journey to receive these particular codes. And again, if you see these throughout your day, you'll say, oh, this message is meant for me. Maybe I should pay my attention a little more. Or if you hear these key codes here in this video and you watch another video, and if this doesn't completely resonate, but the next video gives you some key codes and you're like, oh, okay, maybe I should listen up and see if that resonates. So again, your soul will know, it'll resonate with your soul, the energy, the frequency, all of it. Again, the mind and ego don't have to get it. They want to always try to figure shit out, but the mind and ego don't need to get it. It's your soul. You'll know what's in resonance when it's in resonance. Okay, and use that discernment. Okay, take a couple deep breaths. I closed my eyes, did a quick breath work, and again, I think moving into this particular time of year, I've mentioned this in other videos, why don't you start making it a practice of taking 3 to 5 conscious belly breaths, hand on your heart, hand on your solar plexus, before you get out of bed, before you leave the house, before you put your car in drive, before you get out of the car, before you go into the building, before you leave, or when you get back into the car, if you understand what I'm saying. Just add those 3 to 5 breaths and just think 2 easy things. Imagine crystalline, rainbow crystalline white light coming down. You can imagine gold light, white gold light, silver light, whatever frequency of energy of light. We're going to get some key codes here a little bit. That's why I've been really guided to sit here, because then we get some key codes, and then you get see my little setup here as well. And again, this might be a key code, you know, seeing different things as well. Yeah, so taking those conscious breaths and imagine pulling this white light down through your crown, all the way through your chakra system, your entire physical body, or think of your body like your physical body in a pillar. So just bring the light down into your pillar, into your rod, from the source, from above as below, and then pull it down, cleansing and clearing and pushing any debris that needs to be cleansed and cleared through your roots. Send tree roots, both feet, into Gaia as deep as you can go. Wrap them counterclockwise around the heart of Gaia, you know, pink crystals, quartz crystals, whatever you can imagine. Wrap it around there, give it a little energetic tug, and just breathe, breathe, breathe. You can breathe both ways, cleansing your pillar both ways. So that I would highly recommend that, to add that as a practice, as your energetic practice before you start unloading your day on yourself. Okay. So this particular video is going to be about integration, in that it's very important. And I didn't realize this for the longest time, how important it is to allow everything that you have been receiving, whether you realize it or not. You're getting the code, you're getting the downloads, you're getting the information, you're getting the upgrades. Your body's changing, and it's metamorphosizing. Whether you feel it or not, or know it or not, it is. It's going through that change, okay? And your body needs to integrate that. And you can't integrate well or with ease and grace if you're constantly on fight or flight, or you're constantly in fight or flight. So I think that's why the biggest theme this past week has been pause. Take your sacred pauses, take your rich days, take your sacred breaths, slow down, take a beat, be present more than ever this month, more so than ever. But again, in this integration process of this past month, right? Everything was, November, each month, each week has always been a wild ride for me on this journey. And November was definitely another one for me to remember. So now just taking that conscious awareness and just allowing and not forcing, pausing instead of rushing, okay, and slowing down. Be the turtle, not the hare right now. There's no rush. We don't need to be rushed. And allow these key codes, these light codes, these activations, this information that's coming in from our celestial bodies, whether it's our sun, whether it's 3i Atlas, or whether it's coming from your higher self or source energy, or if it's coming from the moon, or the stars, or the configurations, all of it. So you have to allow that time and space for integration. I think that's why in the shower, I'm guided to share light language, light codes while I was in the shower from day 1 to day 8. It goes along with this message for December 1st of integration. From December 1st to December 8th, we're here to just slow down even just a little bit more. Remember, it doesn't have to be a massive pause, but just be conscious and present, and be present and conscious of slowing down just a little bit more each time. And you'll realize after you do this consistently, just everything is consistent, it just becomes part of your lifestyle. I've mentioned this in past videos. Yes, there are some days where I catch myself where I really have to like pause, like before I hit record today, I had to like just ground myself and take a couple deep breaths instead of just hitting record. Like yesterday, I just hit record, but yesterday was a big day of just rest and meditation, and kiddo was home all day, which normally he's not on that day. So I did, like I said, it was mostly like I did a meditation in the morning. I did a part of the transmission from the Divinely Aligned Collective live transmission. I didn't get to listen to it all, so I re-listened to it, and it was so much more powerful when I did it before bed. When I have a very powerful activation meditation, I physically have no twitches, I have no moves. Like I feel like a lead bar. My body feels like a lead bar, but I feel like I'm, again, elevated above it, if that makes any sense. And that doesn't happen every time. Sometimes I can feel my team working on me. There's different ways, but this one was definitely a very powerful, potent activation. And I'm constantly receiving outside of what I can't see or hear or feel maybe necessarily I'm doing meditations and activations throughout my day and or week. So it's just constantly for me personally. All right. So on that note, we are 1020 in, 10 minutes in. All right. So this came in last night and I wrote it down. So maybe Jupiter ascending. There was something in a channeled message that I was listening to yesterday late, and it mentioned the movie Jupiter Ascending, which was weird because when I was flipping through stuff the other day, that movie came up as a suggestion. No coincidences. So I wrote it down because maybe we need to watch that again with new eyes and new discernment, because there's truth in there. They hide it in plain sight. They have to. All right. So the week of integration. So this is our week of integration, December 1st through December 8th, to fully integrate everything we have received this past month. And maybe if you hadn't completely integrated things that you had received over this year, maybe you're going to start integrating that more now. Like I had a Reiki session in mid-April, and it activated and started integrating and actually kicked up a massive detox and a massive cleansing and clearing. And that's when I had that severe upper and lower respiratory infection in May. Again, throat chakra, just all those upper chakras are getting cleansed and cleared and all of that. So just be mindful of it. You could be also not just integrating everything that we received last month, but everything that you may still need to integrate that you've received up until this point. Okay. So let's see here. And that's all of it you received in November. I'm repeating myself. I apologize. So your nervous system needs recalibration. So you need to give taking these sacred pauses, taking these rich days, taking these extra times and these beats for yourself, these breaths for yourself. It allows your nervous system to recalibrate. So again, you'll hear me have said this, and you hear other people talk about this. It's so important to allow your body to recalibrate to your new frequency, to your new energy. It's so, so, so important. And if you don't, your body's going to make it more uncomfortable, whether it's mental, physical, emotionally, or spiritually. You're gonna get really uncomfortable, okay? All right. Your energy field needs to stabilize around your new truth. So holding our truth, standing in our truth, being authentic, your energy field needs to stabilize around your new truth, okay? Your physical body needs to anchor the light codes you have received, okay? So your physical body needs to be able to anchor. Remember, we can't stay up in the ethers, where we'd all love to stay out, and you can't stay completely void and numb to the fact of everything else that's going on. So it's having that balance between as above, so below, as below, so above, as without, so within, as within, so without. You have to have the balance between all of it. And you can just anchoring that into your sacred heart, anchoring that into Gaia. So important right now. So, so, so important. Okay. So some of us, it might feel like things have been delayed. I know there's definite things where I can feel the energy and momentum pretty much since half of this year, where I'll feel like things are, and then there's a delay, a sense of delay. And then it feels like things are moving fast, and then it's like, all right, so there's another delay. So it's in learning that patience. It's just teaching us more and more patience and giving ourselves gratitude and grace for everything that we've been going through. And the delay, again, is divine redirection. Sometimes it's just divine protection, and it's maturation. So everything's maturing, okay, maturing. So we don't want to pick I love this little analogy. So it's like picking your fruit too early. And yes, eventually they'll get ripe, but it's not going to be as nourishing as if you were allowed the fruit to ripen completely on the tree. So there's two different, I love that. I love really good analogies. And I said, oh, and I'm a fruit person here. So again, you can pick the fruit, and yes, it's going to ripen, but the nutrients might not be as potent as if you were to just let it completely ripen, and then it's got everything to perfection. All right, so again, patience, patience, patience. You are truly free, free, free. You're free, you're liberated, you're free, 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 okay? But freedom without wisdom is just chaos in a different form. I'm gonna say that again. But freedom without wisdom is just chaos in a different form. Liberation without integration, you're gonna hear liberation, integration. Liberation without integration is just a different kind of imprisonment. It's just another form of just a different cage. So liberation without integration is just a different kind of imprisonment. The universe loves you. Source loves you so, 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 so much, okay? And Source is giving you these opportunities. The universe is giving these opportunities to take these pauses that you're going to hear, not just myself, but other people talk about, other channelers, verbal channels, pictures. You'll see memes, you'll see it. It's going to be presented to you more and more and more, okay? So just me saying it's probably going to activate you to be able to see that more and more. That's how you create a sacred algorithm using this technology. Use the technology to your benefit. I've said this for a long time. I've set my sacred technology up to benefit me. You can do that. You have the ability. Why? Because you're a magical MFer, okay? And you can manifest anything, okay? All right. So the grand forgetting, we've had this grand forgetting for thousands and thousands and thousands of years to have this grand, spectacular awakening. So we've had to have the grand forgetting. We've had to be isolated. We had to be quarantined as a species and not as a planet to learn the lessons, to go through generation after generation, lifetime after lifetime, so we could have this grand awakening to be and create something that has never existed before, okay? All right. So there was that message. So I was looking at my little picture over here. You probably can't see it. I'm going to point it. It's under the poinsettia. I've got it framed because this is, over the years, when you could easily print pictures, I actually tried to print some this morning and I just want to go pick them up. I don't want to have them delivered to me. But anyways, it's been a while. So if I've had sayings that I thought they were important, whether I keep them on my mirror, I will frame them and put them out. And this particular one I was looking at this morning and I was guided to rewrite it in my journey, my beautiful journey. In my journey, write it in my journal to share with you, the beautiful collective that decides to click play on my videos, okay? And again, this is day 21 of 111, sharing my raw frequency and energy with you beautiful souls in the most messy, magical way that I possibly can on December 1st for myself, for the collective, and also as part of the FreQSpeak community over on the Divinely Aligned Collective. Again, you can go check that out. It's an amazing community. All right. So life is for deep kisses, strange adventures, midnight swims, and rambling conversations. And this has always really fit me and my significant partner's journey. And it's been an epic journey in all of its messy, magical, magnificent, magnetic, epic ways. Life is for deep kisses, strange adventures, midnight swims, and rambling conversations. Because who wants to live a boring fucking life doing a 9-to-5, trying to pay a mortgage off that you won't get paid off till you die, working at a job you hate, plugging away in the matrix, in the programming? You have the ability. You are the programmer of the program. You are the main character of this game, of this story, okay? You have the power. Know that. You have the power. I've got the power. Say that. I've got the power. I've got the power. I've got the power. You are a powerful little dirty little rat is trying to climb up my screen to get to the bird feeders. I don't give them enough, apparently. Apparently, someone needs to see a squirrel today. That's your key code. You're going to see squirrels all day long now, or in the next few days. All right, I'm manifesting that for you to show how magical you are and I am. Okay, manifesting you a squirrel in real life, in a photo, online, wherever it is, okay? So you are powerful. You have got all of the power. You have just been programmed and conditioned to think that you don't, and that you need to seek outside of self for that. Everything you need is right here. Everything that you are seeking is right here. Right here. All right? So like I said, I'll be sharing light language from today until the 8th, and then for integration, to help with integration. And I have no idea what that's going to look like. Again, the light language that is channeling through me, like I said, I don't have a specific, I don't need to know if it comes through and says this is a particular lineage of light language. It's coming from source. It's coming from higher self. It's coming from higher consciousness that has contracts that we are co-creating together with. Okay. And that's what I got downloaded to share light language. My light language frequency and energy is going to be different than someone else that might be doing light language for integration, because their energy and frequency and their codes are completely different, right? So we each all have something to offer the collective. So when you feel like you have nothing to offer, that's bullshit. You have your energy and your frequency, right? And standing in your authentic truth, okay? Okay. So I was listening to the song, I think it's Raise Your Glass. I think it's in the New Year. Oh, thank you. So another holiday movie. It's the New Year's movie that's got all the main characters in it. There's Zac Efron and Michelle Pfeiffer and a whole bunch of characters. If you know, you know. Maybe you need to go watch that movie. 2101 on the clock when I looked. And it says, raise your glass to the underdogs. Like, I barely caught it. Like, but again, when my clear audience picks up lyrics that I may have heard thousands of times, the only thing I heard was, raise your glass to the underdogs. Who are the underdogs? You are. I am. We are the underdogs, okay? Raise your glass to the underdogs. We are rising. We are ready to celebrate. Celebrate. The song, celebrate good times. Come on. All right, so the first shall be last and the last shall be first. So it's not the first time I've heard this, but when I heard the underdogs, raise your glass to the underdogs. Cheers, cheers to my underdogs. You, me, the collective. The first shall be last and the last will be first. So when I had that pop in, then that download came in to write to share with you as well. So the first shall be last and the last shall be first, okay? So remember, then what was the quote that Chosen 144? I posted it. It was, you can be a clown on the throne, but you're still a clown. And you can be a king in rags, but you're still a king. So thank you, Spirit. I just got the download of Merlin, Arthur, where he was the page. And he was the only one that could pull the sword out of the stone. So again, you may need to go watch that movie. I rewatched it here not too long ago, just to see all the magic that was created there. Didn't realize how old that movie was until I rewatched it for the first time in probably 30 or 40 years. I don't know. But again, it's just that concept that us, kings and queens, you, me, we are hidden in plain sight. We are the people that have had tremendous trauma, hurt and pain and all of the stuff, and struggles with finances, all of it. But we're the ones that are grand and rising right now to take our thrones back, to straighten our crowns, to get that all, to claim it all. Because it's all. There's enough for everybody. Always has been, always will be. Always, always, always. There's abundance to go around tenfold. All right, but again, how are you going to set? Are you going to sit in that lack mentality and thinking, or go with the program and going with the, that's the programming. Yeah, the programming of lack. That's one of the biggest ones that's hard to get over, especially when you're in the struggle and you're in the down, in the DL, the down low, okay? When you're struggling and you're down low. Okay? So, this kind of came through too during my workout. Was be loud, but not with words. We're not here to be loud with our words. We're here to be loud with our frequency and energy. We're here to hold in our authentic frequency and energy, and we're to stand in present and be present, not with words. We're not here to convince or to prove or chase. We're here to stand loud and speak loud, but speak not with words, but speak with our energy and frequency, okay? So let your energy and frequency speak. Let your energy and frequency speak, okay? All right. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. All right. I'm going to pull a couple oracle cards. Well, you know, I've been liking the earth magic, so let's see if we can get one earth magic card. Please and thank you, source, team. What might the collective need to see today for their highest and best? All right, for their highest and best. Whether it be a key code, an activation, sign of synchronicity to trigger something. All right. So yeah, if you haven't checked out my light language videos, take a look. They've been activating me, which I didn't expect, which I find hilarious, because then I'm channeling higher consciousness when I'm doing that. So I'm receiving whatever I need from higher consciousness that's channeling through me, Tanya, which I found pretty funny. I had a major activation with the, I mentioned this, the throat chakra. All right, one more shuffle. All right, creation and passion on the split. That fire energy that's coming up a lot. So if you're seeing a lot of fire signs and synchronicities, that's not a surprise. It's not a coincidence. All right, what do we have here, source, for the team? I'm getting really hot. So when I get really hot, I have to be very mindful of, nope, I was going to put those and they said no. Okay, so I get really hot when I channel. So I know, being clairsentient, that I know when I'm getting information from up here, my physical body reacts with heat, a lot of it. And if you know, you know. So I get really cold otherwise. So I could be here doing the videos, be super hot and super melting. And then I'll be cold the rest of the day. So I have to be mindful on. All right, we're going to take these two. So we've got ceremony, invocation. So maybe you need to create a little bit of an altar. There's a snake here. There's some feathers. There's a lot in this card that I normally don't see, and I've mentioned that before. So she's setting up a little altar. She's got crystals. She's got a snake. So this is the year of the snake. We're almost done with the year of the snake. There's a little basket of feathers. This actually looks like, to me, I'm getting a hit that this is like source energy coming down through her crown chakra. There's a drum here. So any of these could be key code signs and synchronicities. There's an apple candle. It's a candle, but it's actually an apple. There's another candle here. So just maybe need to sit in, again, a little bit of a ceremony, whether it's meditation, setting up your altars. I never really considered these spaces in my house altars, but they are. They're just unconscious setups, but now I'm conscious of what they are. All right, so we've got this beautiful rebirth again. So again, we're going through those rebirths. We're being birthed through the cosmic canal. We've got the beautiful butterflies. Again, that white rabbit has been showing up. The peacock feathers. Again, peacock is very associated with the divine unions. The owl, the wise wizard of the owls. And again, if you know the King Arthur movie, Artemis, I think it was Artemis, maybe not. Oh, I think it starts with an A. He's an owl. And he's a grumpy old owl. And I found his character to be quite funny as an adult. Okay, I'm taking another drink. I'm going to pull what's the vibe, and then I'm going to let you go. And then I'm going to do the light language video for today. And it's going to be different every day because, again, it's channeling higher consciousness. Yesterday's I rewatched the crown chakra and third eye one. And my eyes were closed most of that one. And I re-listened to it a couple times because it was like completely different. I got super hot after that. I'm going to do a little spritz of this. And this is kind of just essential oils. So how you cleanse and clear. Oh, thank you. So before I pull what's the vibe, I was vacuuming. So again, at the first of the month, if you can consciously do some conscious cleaning, dust the bunnies, run the vacuum, burn some sage, burn some incense, burn some Palo Santo, set your intentions, cleanse and clear your space from the past month. So while I was vacuuming, I vacuum a few times during the week. But I just consciously, while I was vacuuming, like I gotta mention this to the collective, that vacuuming, sweeping, or washing like the floors and stuff. And then again, I've said keep the windows just slightly cracked in all your rooms, that, you know, that'll let escape things that need to go will go. They got place to go. Okay, you need to keep those windows cracked and quit worrying about the heating bill. All right, I got two here that were on the split that I was guided to keep for the collective today. Yeah, so conscious cleaning, I mentioned that in one of my earlier videos when we started doing these, but conscious cleaning, and do this every month. every month, every few weeks, whatever you feel called to. Don't force it. But again, the first of the month is really good. End of the month, 3003 on the timer. So 3003 on the timer. So yeah, just consciously just wiping things down. And again, I mentioned how I felt called to rearrange my space energetically. It needed to shift. So I did that sooner than later. Again, just listening to my intuitive nudges and things like that, and just those callings and those like little, okay, you need to rearrange and all of this. All right. What do we have for the collective? But anything else besides these two cards that we've got here, Source? There's that big teddy bear that I mentioned. Oh, that's too many. All right. Any more? Let's see, maybe one more. One more. So when I mentally ask, it's usually yes, no, one more, two more, three more. All right, what do we have? There we go. All right, so these kind of go together. So I'm going to read them as they came out. So the first one is laughter. So happiness, joy. So remember those joy codes have been coming in, which is really funny because when I joined the, it's a mediumship mentorship class last month. I think on our paperwork, they said, start working with your joy guide. You have a joy guide? Joy guide? Sorry, I hit that spray, and that spray will sometimes trigger a detox, a sneeze, or a cough. And every time since, every day there's been the yellows, the sun, joy, the joy codes that come up in any shape or forms are just the word joy and healing. So we've all been going through some healing here, okay? Nurturing. So again, there's that mentorship. I just mentioned mentorship. I didn't even realize that this card had that on there. Wisdom, I mentioned wisdom, and giving back. So like I said, we're here to give back to the collective that's just waking up, and the people that have already kind of been through it are giving back to us that are kind of in between. Some of you might be feeling a little isolated right now. That's fine. Take that time to reflect. This says rejected, left alone, and self-inflicted. So maybe some of you, again, are just wallowing in that bit. Again, honor it, feel it, and move through it. Let it come up, feel it, cry it out, scream it out, work it out, and let it go, okay? All right, stagnant. So some of you might be feeling a little stuck, stagnant, dead man, and frozen, okay? But again, I think that's just telling you to kind of work through those feelings and taking those sacred pauses a little bit more. There's Source bringing in some beautiful light codes. Again, this is why I've been guided to sit here, okay? So some of you might be feeling looking stuck and stagnant. I've definitely had moments this year where I have felt that way, but when you surrender to the process and you surrender to the journey, this becomes a lot less prominent. All right, so again, holidays. So again, I guided again, the teddy bear with the red bow might be a key code, sign and synchronicity. The Poochie might be a sign and synchronicity. The mushroom, mycelium. So toxic, drama, arguments, and incompatible. So have you been experiencing this? If you haven't had this at all this year, it might show up. So be mindful during the holidays. Drama, arguments, incompatibility. Like Source has said, like your higher consciousness has said, if you don't start addressing certain situations in your life and standing in your truth and your raw, real frequency and energy, no matter how messy it is or how uncomfortable it is, Source will keep making, it's not for punishment, it's just getting you to wake up to your truth, that you are way better than making that your daily situation, right? All right. So that is all. That is the message for today. So I hope you guys have a beautiful day today, December the 1st. I am excited. Get excited, get excited, get excited, okay? Ready, set, here we go. Love you guys. Bye.